Alright guys, today I'm going to show you in this one video operations with functions and operations with composite functions. The first part is what you see right now. So first things first, I got two different functions. I got f of x equals 3x plus 5 and I got t of x equals 3x squared minus 4. I'm going to go through these four examples and some stuff you're going to see in tomorrow's quiz and today's work and just stuff we've been doing all week. Alright, so first things first, I got f of x minus t of x. So in this case, because the both inputs are just x, I'm just taking the two functions and I'm subtracting them from each other. It's that basic. So I'm literally just doing 3x plus 5 minus. Now remember, when this is a minus, you got to put the entire function in parentheses. Can I see this? I think you can. Put it in parentheses. So it's right there. So now I got 3x squared minus 4. That's in there. Perfect. All right. Now don't forget, you got to distribute this negative to every single term on the inside. So now this says 3x plus 5 minus 3x squared plus 4. And you've got to express your answer in its standard form, which means you have to list it in order from highest power to least highest power. So first things first, there are no like terms with this one. So your first front term is negative 3x squared. And then I got no like terms with 3x, so this is just plus 3x. And then I got 5 plus 4, which is 9. So that is your first answer for this one. Your simplified final answer is that right there. Okay? Pause this, take notes when you need to. Next one says you're doing the two functions adding together, but you're inputting the negative 4 into both of them. That's what this format means. So I'm going to go into this function. I'm going to do 3 times negative 4 plus 5. I'm going to add it to 3 times negative 4 squared minus 4. All right. Now again, know your stuff. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7. Negative 4 squared is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. So I got 8 here, and then the 1, obviously 4 below. We know this is 48. 48 minus 4 is plus 44. So negative 7 plus 44 is positive 37. It's that basic. Okay, just take your time, know what this means. Input is negative 4 for both of those x's, then just carry out the math. Moving on, let's do this one now. Remember, a lot of questions in yesterday's lesson and the previous days about how do we know this means division. Guys, you got to know the fraction bar means division. So now you're inputting different numbers for the f function and a different number for the t function. So go ahead and do that. So you're doing the one over the top. So I got 3 times 4 plus 5 over the t function, input the 2 for the x. This is 3 times 2 squared, sorry, this is minus 4. Simplify this, 3 times 4 is 12, 12 plus 5 is 17 over, 2 squared is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 minus 4 is 8. So there's your final answer of 17/8, okay? Moving further along, let's go over here with this one. Now this one says I'm taking the f function, multiplying it by the t function with no inputs because this is x. So this just says take both functions and multiply them by each other. Now I did this one because you'll see this one like on tomorrow's test no matter what, but this is great practice for FOIL. You're multiplying both functions. You got to remember FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. I'm doing this times this. Now 3 times 3 is 9. X to the 1 power, we don't see that 1, but it's there. We always add the exponents. This is x to the 3rd power. Then I'm going to do, if you guys want to draw these arrows for yourself every time, be my guess, you don't have to though. 3x times negative 4 is negative 12x. And I'm doing this guy times this guy, and that's going to be just 15x squared. And then I got 5 times negative 4, which is negative 20. In this particular case, I got no like terms, so the only thing I have to do is identify this. Write this in standard form. So this is going to be 9x to the 3rd power plus 15x squared minus 12x minus 20. You've got to write it in the standard form. That's the basic all the nuts and bolts of what we've been doing this entire week. The flair with today, again, I'm going to use these same functions. I'm going to show you what composite functions mean. And I'm not going to throw many curveballs at you guys today. I just want you guys to get comfortable knowing that this is very similar to everything we've been doing. A composite function means we're going to do something like this. If I'm going to do f of t of 2, what this means is I got to work from the inside out. okay? So this means I'm going to input, can I see this okay? I think you can see this. I input the 2 into the, I don't worry about this yet. I do the very first thing first. So I focus on the inside, and I'm going to focus on the t function. I'm going to input the 2 for this function. I'm going to get an answer from that, and what I get from that answer is now the input for this function. So watch what I do. So I focus first on this. I'm going to do 3 to the power of 2 squared minus 4. 2 squared is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 minus 4 is 8. So now, the output from this function, when the input was 2, is the output's 8. So now I'm doing this, f of 8. And I'm not done yet, because now I've got to go into the f function and do this input to find out what the output is. 8 times 3 is, and you can do a lot of this mental math, guys. You don't have to do all this work showing. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 5 is 29. And that's your final answer, okay? I'll do a couple more so you get the hang of this. Okay? So now let's say I'm going to do t of f of negative 2. I don't know, let's just have fun with this one, all right? So I'm going to go into this function. The input is negative 2. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. So t of negative 1. Replace this function's input with its output, which is negative 1. And now I go into this function, and I do this input. So I'm going to do 3 times negative 1 squared minus 4. Well, negative 1 squared is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. That just happened to be where the same input was the same output. Now let me show you one more example. I hope you guys get the gist of this. One more example, like such. All right, watch this. Now let's say I want to do f of t of x. All right, well guess what I do for this one? This says the t of x function. I don't have to go and input anything because there's no number. So this says the t of x function is the input for this function. So watch how this works. I got to input this entire function, this guy, in place of the x here. So now the final, not the final answer, but the next word's going to be 3 times 3x squared minus 4 plus 5. And I'm going to write my final answer as distributive property. This is going to be 9x squared minus 12 plus 5. The final answer is 9x squared minus 7. That's how you do one like that, okay? You'll see some examples of this today, and I'll send another, you'll see this in tomorrow's quiz.